Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a highly requested how I meal plan video. I'm going to give you my top tips on how I meal plan, how I stick to my plan, and how I help to stay in budget. I'm also going to give you the tools that I use that help my family. And so if that's something that you are interested in, stay tuned because I'm going to share all the details. Okay, you guys, the number one question I get all the time is, do you meal plan every single week? And yes, I do. I feel that if I don't meal plan, we end up going to the store and we spend well over $200 on groceries for 1 week. As a family of 4, to me, that's a lot. It might not be a lot to you. It depends on what kind of diet you're on, what kind of lifestyle you live. If you do a lot of meats, depending on where you shop. If I go to Wegmans, I easily spend over $200 for 1 week. But if I go to Aldi's and I stick to the Aldi grocery store and only go to like Wegmans or Giant if I need specialty things like a certain kind of yogurt, or if I want deli meat, then I stick within my budget. I try to plan $125 to $150 a week because, let's be honest, most of the time we end up eating out one night. So I'm going to give you my top 5 tips on doing meal planning and sticking to it, but I'm gonna go in reverse and I'm gonna start with my number 5 tip and work my way to number 1. So if you wanna see what my number 1 tip is, you're gonna have to stay tuned to the end. Okay, so my number 5 tip is to shop your fridge and your pantry first. So I always try to shop my freezer, my refrigerator, and my pantry first to see what we have and kind of build my meal plan around that and then buy the ingredients that we don't have. This helps to save on cost. It helps to use what we have in our freezer and our refrigerator so we're not wasting food. And it just makes life so much simpler. So that is my number 5 tip, is to shop your own pantry, fridge, and freezer first before you make your meal plan. My number 4 tip is to make sure you are flexible with your meal plan. So I do my meal plan and I will plan them out each day during the week. And yes, I do say Monday we're having this, Tuesday we're having this, Wednesday we're having this. But like this week is a big example. So Monday we were supposed to have skinny chicken parm, and I had pulled out, actually scratched that. We were supposed to have grilled chicken, and I pulled out the chicken breasts over the weekend. They defrosted and they were huge, like thick chicken that I would put on the grill. On Sunday we ran out of propane. So I knew I wasn't cooking on the grill on Monday because my husband was working a double and I did not want to run to the store and fill up the propane tank because it's just not my thing. He usually does that. So I had to change up my plan. So I ended up making ranch chicken, which is something that was not even on my meal plan, but I had everything here at the house. So now maybe that's a meal that I will move to next week, even though we don't have those ingredients, just to kind of keep things changing up so that we don't get bored with the same meals. We were supposed to have shepherd's pie tomorrow night. Instead, I made it tonight because it's raining outside and I just wanted comfort food. And so we just made it tonight because it's what we wanted and it's okay. It's okay that that was our tomorrow night meal because I'll choose a different meal that we were supposed to make and we'll make that tomorrow. So as long as you have all the ingredients in your house, it doesn't really matter if you have to switch things up. Sometimes the friends might call and you might decide to go out to dinner. Or you might decide to go over to their house and cook out. Just to make sure that you have the food on hand and you know what a general idea of what you're cooking so that you're not inclined to stop at the store on the way home, go run to get Chinese or to get pizza because you don't feel like cooking. So that's my number 4 tip. Okay, my number 3 tip is to not be too crazy with your meals all in 1 week. So if you're a big Pinterester like I am, Pinterester, is that even a word? If you're a big Pinterest fan like I am, don't try and make all these different meals in 1 week. I feel like if you're trying to do too many new things in 1 week, sometimes you might have meals that take a little bit longer than usual and then you don't feel like cooking it. Or say you made one meal and it was a fail, then you might think the others are going to be a fail. Let's just eat out. So my number 3 tip is to be adventurous once a week. Or once bi-weekly. This way you're sticking with your family favorites, so you know if you end up cooking, shepherd's pie for the first time on Wednesday and your family doesn't like it, Thursday you're having pasta and your family loves pasta. So that is my number 3 tip, is to not be too adventurous especially during the work week when you have limited amount of time. My number 2 tip is to make sure that you are planning according to your schedule. So I have my paper planner and I get my planner out and I look at what we're doing for that week. If we have soccer practice, I don't do an adventurous meal on a soccer practice day because I know that I'm going to fail and we're going to end up going through the drive-thru because I don't have enough time to cook the meal. Or if you have a late work meeting, or your husband is like mine, works a double, make it easy on yourself. Give yourself some grace, because on those days you might not feel like cooking. So make it your easy pasta night that takes 15 minutes. Make it your easy throw a pizza in the oven night for those nights that are super busy. So my number 2 tip is to make sure that you're planning ahead according to your schedule. All right, y'all. This is my number 1 tip, and it's probably not going to come as a surprise to most of you. My number 1 tip is to use a planner system when planning out your meals. So whether that's a planner, the Erin Condren meal planner, which I'm going to show you that I use, it's a whiteboard that you keep your meals on, a chalkboard, I will show you my chalkboard and what I use. Your phone, whatever you're using, make sure it's written down somewhere. Use a piece of paper and write it and stick it on your fridge. Anything that's going to hold you accountable. You're not going to forget what you're making that week, and it just makes life so much easier. So I have 3 places that my meals go. You might think that's a little extreme, and to some it might be. However, it works for us. And so I'm going to share with you what 3 planner systems that I use to plan my meals every single week. So I use a paper planner. As you can see here, I will be using the Erin Condren planner. However, this is a Recollections planner from Michaels. I like to write it in the 5 o'clock time slot. We usually don't have a lot going on during that time. It just makes for me to be able to see the entire week, and I like being able to see it all laid out, super easy. And when I'm going to do my daily plans, then I know exactly what I need to pull out in the morning by looking at that planner. The next thing that I'm going to talk to you about that I use is the Erin Condren meal planner. I absolutely love this planner. This has been such a game changer for me. I just feel like it's so simple. It keeps track of my breakfast, lunch, and dinner. It has my grocery list. It has meal prep ideas. It's just so awesome to use. So I highly, highly recommend this. So you'll see here, I keep track of my breakfast, my lunch, and my dinners every single week. And then I keep track of my grocery list. This is what I take to the store when I'm going grocery shopping so that I can check everything off, make sure that I got everything, and I have my list with me. I also sometimes will write meal strategy prep ideas at the bottom. It might be to make something ahead of time. It might be different lunch ideas in case I'm not liking what I put on the menu that week. So this system really, really works for me. I started using it about 3 months ago. One of my favorite things about it is that I can refer back. So if I'm sitting there and I'm in a rut and I'm like, oh, I do not know what to cook, then I'll flip back through and I'll be like, oh yeah, I made shepherd's pie 3 weeks ago. I've been using that a lot as an example today. Or, we had cheeseburgers a month ago. Let's have them again. So it just allows for me to be able to look back and reflect on what our meal plan was so that it can also give me ideas. Another thing that I am a huge user of is Pinterest. So I will scroll through to try to find new meal ideas if I'm looking for that one adventurous day during the week. I absolutely love Pinterest. If you're doing a certain lifestyle, if you're on keto, if you're on Weight Watchers, if you're, eating low carb, whatever it may be that you're doing, Pinterest has so many recipes, and so it's so nice to be able to have something to reflect on, to give you something different when you're in that dinner rut. Because let's be honest, you guys, the dinner rut is totally a thing. And it's okay. There's a lot of times where I'll ask on my Instagram stories for dinner ideas because I'm just in a stump and have no idea what to cook. The last thing that I'm going to show you guys is our menu board. So this is a chalkboard that I got from Hobby Lobby. I want to say they still have it. I have had it for like 2 years now. We absolutely love it. I personally did all the vinyl for it, so I write my meals here. And you might think, well, why do you need to do that if you have it in your planner and in your Erin Condren planner and in your regular planner? And the reason is because my family can see what we're cooking. So if I'm not home or I'm out, I can say, hey, honey, can you look on the board, pull out whatever we're having for dinner so it's defrosted. So that's a huge reason as to why I put them up there. So my family knows what to expect, they know what we're having, and everybody is kind of on the same page. All right, you guys, thanks so much for watching this video. I really hope that you enjoyed it. I hope it helped answer some questions that you have about my meal planning strategies and how I meal plan. I absolutely loved sharing this with you guys. I love to watch routine meal planning, laundry routines, cleaning routines, and all that kind of stuff on YouTube. So I hope that you really enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. If you're new, don't forget to subscribe before you leave. We have a lot of great content coming out this summer, and we would love to have you as a part of our YouTube family. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. We will see you guys in our next video. Bye.